What's up everybody on YouTube? So today we're back with the Buick LeSabre. Obviously you can see there's a problem with the window right here, so we did just have it pushed up for them until they could get the part in, which is right here. We're going to be putting that in, fixing the window so they can go up and down, and then also putting these right here on the grill. So if you look over here, we got this problem right here where this is just pushed out, so we're going to be putting these in and fixing that grill for it. So the first thing we're going to do is replace these here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and somehow this car is missing every single one of them. So we're just going to push this back right there so that everything lines up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next thing we'll do is take the headlight assembly out and put the new light bulb in. So we have the new light bulb right here, so I'm going to go ahead and install that now. Alright, so we have the 10mm socket right here. That's the size for this bolt right here, so we're going to go ahead and get that on there. Alright, so we got that one out. Now this one here is down in this little hole, so that's why we had the extender on there. Luckily that one's not as long. Got that out. So I'm able to get access to it right here, so I'm not going to pull this all the way out. I'm just going to take this out here. You can see the old light bulb there. Alright, so we got the new light here. Take that out and be careful not to touch it because you don't want to get your finger oils on it. Now normally I recommend that people change both of these at the same time, but it's not how everybody wants to do it. So we're going to put this back on. You can see the harness here, clasp this together. We're going to feed it right back in there and twist. You can push the headlight assembly back in. I think that's it. It better be. Yeah, there we go. The new light's working. And the old light. I got the easy part done. Everything's good on the front. Got the grill fixed. It looks great now, so everything's good on that. So the next step is I got to take off the door panel and get all the window regulator stuff out. We're going to take all this plastic crap off the door right here. First thing we got to do is take this part off. Alright, so we're going to use the puller tool here. There's a little clamp right in this side, so you want to gently pull this out. Alright, and then your speaker's attached by a harness right here. So we're going to pull this harness off so we can take this whole piece off. Alright, so we have the speaker out. Now we're going to take this little plastic piece off the door. That just pulls out. Like that. Slide this off. We have another harness here, so we'll take this off. So we have this off now. And the reason for that is there's this little screw right here that we need to get out, so otherwise we can't get this plastic off. Also, we have to take this light off. There's a screw, or actually just like a reflector that goes in front of the light. You want to do this real gentle because these crack super easy. So I got that out, and then there's one screw hiding back there. So the first screw we have right here, and our other screw will get off right here. Alright, so we have all the screws out. We're going to go ahead in here real gentle with the pry tool and get these little fasteners off. And you hear them pop. We got this part pretty loose. So it's tighter down here, so we know we have a fastener here. Got that out. And inside here you have another harness. So we're going to take this off. So we have that off. Now we can take the whole door off and we'll sit it back there. Next step is to get all this plastic crap off, and we have to do it in a way that we're not going to break anything, because this all has to go back. So you have two bolts here, 10mm. So we're going to take this loose. And next we're going to just unplug everything from this, because otherwise we won't be able to get this plastic all off. And we need as much room as possible, because this job is a difficult one just because of the little bit of space that you have. So we're going to pull this off here. See, that detaches. Now we're going to take each harness off one by one. One. 2, 3, and this last one you have to pull the clip up. So we have the whole assembly off now. Now you have these little blue tabs in here, so make sure you're gentle when you take these out. You might even want to use this puller tool so that you don't break them, because these need to be put back in. There's a white one right here. We have another blue one up here, and we're going to slowly and gently peel back. So this exposes the regulator that's in here right now. And you want to give yourself as much room as possible to work with this. And just pull this wire through. So now you can see the regulator right here. This is the part that's messed up on here. And if you look down in here, you can see that it's just totally destroyed. Now you got to be careful, because when you take this apart, you don't want this glass to break. You don't want it to just drop down. So that's what you got to definitely be mindful of. So these are also 10mm. So we're going to go ahead and loosen this up. Got another one right here. And one more right here. So this is the last one. And so at this point we got to be really careful, because we do not want this window to drop down. So what we're going to do now is take this little piece off, move that to the side, just give us a little bit of extra room. So we're going to get our wrench on here, loosen this up. And what you want to do is, because this is going to loosen up the grip on the actual window, so you can see we got some play in there now. And we're going to just take out the other side, which is much easier to get to. So we're going to use the drill for this one. So you can see it's detaching from the window here. And now we have that completely pulled down. So we can take the regulator out. So now we have the window regulator out. You can see how right here there's a problem. So we're going to go ahead and unbox the new one, and we're going to get that ready to go inside this Buick LeSabre. Alright, so here's the box to our new one. Let's get this guy out. Everything's nice and bagged up. New regulator motor. So here we have the new one. As you can see right here with the screw loose, this will clamp onto the window. So what we're just doing is giving it some room, and we're going to do the same thing with this one here and loosen that up so that when we put this regulator in, the window can rest down into that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take these bolts off for now, because we don't need those until we get it inside. Got one here, and right here. Alright, now let's go ahead and get it loaded up. So you can see right here is the bottom of the window, and we're going to get that to rest right into these little rubber pieces that we loosened up. Time to go to work. Now you can see there where I have the window lined up. We're going to go ahead and tighten this one down here. The other side is going to be more difficult to get to, so what we're going to do is roll the window down. Once we have all the mounting bolts back on here, we're going to roll the window down while we're pushing it a little bit, get it down to where we can access that bolt, and then we're going to tighten that one as well. Alright, so now that we have these all on, what we're going to do is just hook up the wire for the regulator. So we're going to have to hook up the control module real quick so the windows will actually go up and down. We have the harness hooked up there. Obviously this one goes to the mirror, so we're not going to worry about that little guy. This is an 8mm, so we're going to tighten this one. The original one was a 10, but it's looking good. Auto down's working. Everything's good in here. Alright, so at this point it's getting kind of late. We're going to have to get some goo gone or something like that to get the rest of this off, but the window's functioning properly, so that's good. And we're going to go ahead and put the door back together now. Back together. So obviously that was quite a bit of work. So everything's back together. Our switch works. So we just have to hook up our speaker terminal here. This little guy lined up at the hole, push it back together, and we're done with that. So we're good to go. We're done with this job. We're going to get cleaned up here, get all the tools put away, and let the customer know that we're done with the car.